Thank you. Thank you for the invitation and floor given to us. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I represent the Kurdistan National Government in Iraq in this platform. Thank you for the invitation that has been extended to us from the regional government in the
Sound.
Sorry. Can I start? Yeah?
Yes.
Thank you for the invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, I represent Kurdistan Regional Government from Iraq. Our participation in this conference is vital from our perspective. We have had tremendous challenges throughout the years, especially after the arrival of ISIL in Iraq. Kurdistan Regional Government has been a host authority for most of those IDPs and refugees. We have accommodated in our region more than 2 million of refugees and IDPs throughout the last few years. Our authorities also have been quite helpful in assistance that has been provided throughout the liberation process in the areas that have been occupied by ISIL terrorist organization. Kurdistan Peshmerga forces have sacrificed and put the efforts to liberate more than, I have to say, 90% of the liberated areas that today are seeing their stability and progress after the collapse of, or after the defeat of ISIL. 1,800 Peshmergas have been martyred in the fight against ISIL. Thousands of Yézidis and Christians have been escaped from these areas. Peshmerga have assisted them, and Kurdistan Regional Government have accommodated them. More than 137,000 only Christians from Nineveh Plain that have escaped and has been accommodated in Kurdistan region throughout the years of 2016-17. Yézidis, more than 90% of this community have left the Kurdistan region. Out of the 360,000, 250,000 of them, and I'm sure above that, has been accommodated in Kurdistan region. More than 39 camps our government has hosted and supported. These are all in terms of humanitarian support. In terms of the fight against ISIL, Peshmerga forces from northern part of the country have been the most active and unified force that have defeated the terrorist organizations in the north of the country. And in terms of the practice of the government of Kurdistan, in terms of the religion freedom, we have been a beacon of stability and security and of course tolerance as society, and of course government of Kurdistan has provided tremendous laws and regulations, and of course in terms of legislations, a far advanced laws and legislation were put in place for the protection of minorities in Kurdistan region. In this regard, I have to admit that in the region of Kurdistan, legislation that have been lately in place called legislation number 5 from 2015 that has put all the regulations in place to protect fully the religion minorities in Kurdistan region. Apart from that, a great practice has been in place. There were 8 directors in the Ministry of Religion Affairs in Kurdistan region that covers all the religion communities, including Jewish community lately. In terms of education, again, we have been a leading process entirely in Iraq. Since 1992, there were special regulations to open up schools, governmental schools in Turkmen language, in Syrian languages. And recently, in universities, Kurdistan has far well beyond that expanded, open new sections in our universities in different languages. And again, recently, a new department has been created in the Ministry of Religion Affairs in Kurdistan. We call that department Ta'ayush Silmi, which is peaceful coexistence among religion minorities. Most of the religion minorities today are accommodated in Kurdistan region. If you compare with the whole territory of Iraq, Kurdistan is accommodating 90% of those that have fled from the ISIL, and even previously from Sayyid al-Najat, the church, and the events we look back in 2005 onwards. What we are proud of it as a record, Kurdistan has been a place of not only accommodation, but of course a place of tolerance and a place of peaceful coexistence. In terms of numbers and figures, this government has again been quite obvious and transparent in its process. More than 127 churches are today existing in Kurdistan region. Official religious holidays have been very much in practice, and of course Kurdistan government has supported that in all terms of national ceremonies and rest of it. And Beyond that also, in terms of rescues, there is only one government in the Middle East that has helped and assisted by its funds and forces have rescued more than 3,300 Yézidis from the hands of ISIL terrorist organizations. More than 270 of Christians have been kidnapped by the ISIL terrorist organization. Again, Kurdistan regional government successfully, by our own efforts, have rescued more than 174 of them. Still, this process is in place. In terms of future challenge, I believe this platform it's a unique one. That partnership between Baghdad and Erbil and partnership between the communities in the disputed areas, we call it, political stability must be the first. Second, trust building process must be the second. And third one is the reconstruction process that might be the way forward for the future in this region as well as in Iraq. Thank you.